Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
And on second down, the offense gets ready to rock.
To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, this challenge begins in quarter number 4 with less than 4 minutes showing on the clock. You're trailing by 4. Your opponent has possession on your 3-yard line. As we get set here, first and goal. 12 yards there and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing here, Trubisky. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off. The clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Young on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Get it.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Shoot.
Young now. Throwing on 4th down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down 24-17. A minute 53 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check Mike 99. Mike 99. Here we go.
Back to throw. This is caught. Clark. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Dallas Clark, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Right there, 56. Hey, keep it, hey.
Gets it to Gabriel on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Trubisky will throw. That is caught by Cohen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They go play action here on 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Nice job. Congratulations, defeating the Madden Ultimate Team solo challenge.
And welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we start this challenge off in the first quarter with over 4 minutes left. You're up by 20. Your opponent has possession on their own 30-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to McKinnon, it's Garoppolo. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Goodwin able to haul it in. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 53 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big play ability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Seattle Seahawks coming back out here to get the football, and we talked about their Week 2 game earlier, but Russell Wilson really picking things up in the second half. And really, Charles, the whole team picked things up in the second half of that game.
They certainly did. They got a little bit of help because Ben Roethlisberger got hurt and couldn't play the entire game, but still, playing Pittsburgh on the road, not easy. Now think about this tough stretch they have ahead. Playing both teams from last year's NFC Championship game, a trio of games against the last 3 Heisman Trophy winners, young guns like Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield. But in the present, how about a tip of the cap to Pete Carroll? The oldest active coach in the NFL had his 100th win on the road against Pittsburgh on his 68th birthday. And by the way, he didn't look anywhere close to 68.
I was just going to say that. He looks closer to 58. Happy birthday, Coach. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards, did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Young looks to throw on first down. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they go to work up.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Let's go, touchdowns, baby.
Steve Young on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Now Dawson for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. San Francisco ready to get the football back. CD, you and I talked earlier about their 2-0 start, what Jimmy Garoppolo has done. But how about this? Instead of heading back across the country after that Week 1 win in Tampa, the Niners spent the week in Youngstown, Ohio, ahead of their game in Cincinnati. It worked to keep the bodies on the Eastern time zone.
It certainly did, and it was the plan right from preseason, so it wasn't something they just came up with and said, hey, let's try this. They knew going in that's what they would do. They have a history with the 49ers franchise with Youngstown, Ohio, that helps them out. And they go in and they blast.
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Garoppolo finding Goodwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Screen play, McKinnon. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Here we go.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal. Second down and goal. Garoppolo. His pass caught at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Five down. Stand up in.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drop...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
I have to believe that if you're the team trying to block a field goal, you don't mind this weather. All right, the rain probably is going to help you because so many things can go wrong for the guys trying to kick the ball. It's as simple as maybe you just lose your footing. You kind of spin out like a tire in the snow, not getting traction, and you create a space and someone comes through.
And I think for everybody, snapper, holder, kicker, everything slows down maybe a fraction of a second. And a fraction of a second and a field goal try, that can be all the different.
I love how you described that. Everything slows down, but it's a deliberate slowdown, isn't it? Because everyone's trying to be more careful and more deliberate to make sure it's executed.
And that's caught inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Let's go.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partnered in less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down. Here's Steve Young.
They ran.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. It'll be Young again. And it's caught. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Dawson able to connect on the extra point.
I heard a coach talk about those late in the half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Touchdown, 49ers. It's a kickoff return score on a squib kick. And the 49ers get a score closer. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now Steve Young and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Juju Smith-Schuster as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. Well, unfortunately, not the result that you were looking for, but the great thing about how this works is Madden Ultimate Team Solo Challenge,
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
Coach, we start this first quarter with over 4 minutes left. We're still without a score. Ties 0. You've got the ball on your own for first and 10. Rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here is Young, and he's got an open man, Clark. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also,
and this is taken in at the 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Eluding the pressure right. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on...
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an ultimate challenge. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading them out will be the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 29, the dynamic Steve Young. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
60 outlaw. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Heavy on the edges.
From the gun, Steve Young. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll run it. Freeman. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. A first carry for the Hall of Famer, Marcus Allen. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. On target over the middle to Hill. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's out of bounds on the return on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Young from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact.
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading this crew out is their electrifying signal caller, 7-time Pro Bowler, 2-time NFL MVP. You all know him, Steve Young. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run. Devontae Freeman. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. 3rd down, Young from the gun. This is caught by Jackson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 42.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
I'm coming after you.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
15, Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. 5.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Set 30 base.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Now it's Freeman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Let's go now. 10-2 saw.
I got you. I got you.
Let's go.
Young to throw on 4th. Steps away. He may try and run for the... There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. 22 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Redskins under 6-year head coach Jay Gruden. The man in charge for this crew, the 6'1" quarterback from the University of Houston. It's the veteran Case Keenum.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, but it's going to be 2nd down. CD, we want to remind folks, in honor of its 100th season, the NFL is encouraging fans to join players, teams, and the NFL family in a year-long volunteer initiative called Huddle for 100. Choose a cause, volunteer 100 minutes of your time, and help shape what your community will look like for the next 100 years. Visit NFL.com/huddle for 100 to track your minutes and get rewarded. On 2nd down, it's Peterson, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Peterson, by the way, passed Jim Brown for 5th on the all-time rushing touchdown list with his 107th this past week. Next up, number 4, Walter Payton has 110.
Jim Brown, Walter Payton. Adrian Peterson's name ranks right there with those guys. That tells you about his career. And he came back in this game really wanting to prove something. Because remember, week 1 in Philadelphia, a healthy scratch for the first time in his career. Now with the injury to Darius Geis, he becomes a lead runner again for Washington. Look out. He's going to run really, really tough.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down.
Here goes the high. 20.